Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. Happy Saturday to all. It is August 8th. Looking back at yesterday. Oh my goodness, I'm super tight from yesterday. Yesterday was a really frustrating day. For one, it was the Brewers. The Brewers got me the most tight out of anybody. They did not want to win that game yesterday. The Twins came out, of course, the one time we bet against them, the Twins come out, have their best offensive game in a month. Every time the Brewers scored, they went out the next inning and just let the Twins. I hated that game yesterday. Then, of course, we go 2 for 3 on one of our parlays. What do we lose with? The game total. Once again, back-to-back days, we go 2 for 3 on a parlay where we lose to the game total. The first time we needed the game to go over, it went under. Here today, we needed the game to go under, and it did what? It went over, of course. I've been getting my ass whooped this season, betting game totals. I was literally scared for a month to bet game totals. Here in August, I've been trying to get, I don't know how this is happening this year. Everybody says you don't make money betting the run line. We make money betting the run line. I don't know what happened. Oh my goodness, I'm so frustrated with the game totals this season, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We have a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, you guys know how we do on the weekend. Super abbreviated breakdown. We're going to run through these games, get to these picks. The first game up, we got the Braves in New York taking on the Yankees. Chris Sale's on the mound for the Braves. We got Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. This guy's been dominant all season. In the month of July, he made 4 starts in 3 of the outings. He did not allow a run. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees offense, bottom 10 offense versus left-handed pitching. We saw this team versus the righty Tyler Mahle yesterday get no runs off of Mahle, a guy that came into the game with an ERA close to 6. Today, they're going to be seeing the left-handed Chris Sale with an ERA sitting at 208, whip sitting at 102. Really good strikeout numbers. Seeing a Yankees team that strikes out a lot, a Yankee team loaded with left-handed bats. I'm expecting Sale to dominate in this game. Go about 6-7 innings, possibly give up a run, if not shut this Yankees lineup out. Before we get to this Braves bullpen, a really good spot, but it's going to be extremely hitter-friendly. The arms that's going to be available for the Braves here today late, I can see them getting hit up in this game today. On the other side, we got Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole has not looked sharp in his recent outings. The big knock on Cole has been the splits versus lefties. Here today, he's going to be seeing a lineup stacked with lefties. This Braves team in the last 30 days has been a top 5 team versus right-handed pitching. The offenses really start to come back together. I'm expecting him to get the Garrett Cole here today. Really easy matchup for them. Not to mention the back end of this Yankees bullpen in a compromised spot. I see the arms coming out the Yankees pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. Looking at the weather, extremely hitter-friendly weather. We have 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield over 90 degrees. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the over 7.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Athletics in Boston taking on the Red Sox. 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Gage Jump on the mound for the Athletics. We got Jake Bennett on the mound for the Red Sox. Alright, getting into this one here. This was my biggest regret. We said in yesterday's breakdown the most straightforward game. Red Sox run line. Should have just went with it. Tried to do too much, but getting into this game here today, we got Gage Jump on the mound for the Athletics. The young left-handed pitcher shows a lot of potential. He has had a few blow-up starts this season up to this point, but saw this Red Sox team 2 weeks ago. In that game, he pitched 7 shutout innings. Looking at the matchup breakdown for him here today, this Red Sox lineup continues to crush the ball. Not to mention, they're towards the top of the league versus left-handed pitching still. I'm expecting Gage Jump to go about 5 innings here today, if not 6, where he gives up 2 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Athletics bullpen, the determining factor in this game. Terrible bullpen, their attacks coming into it. I see the arms available late from inning 6 and on. the Red Sox are going to have a huge advantage. I see the arms coming out this Athletics pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got the young pitcher Jake Bennett. He's been all right. He's a contact pitcher. He really doesn't strike guys out like Tolley did. He does have decent strikeout numbers, but I like he doesn't walk a lot of batters. The hard hit rate is very low. I'm expecting him to come out here today, seeing what is pretty much a AAA lineup with Soderstrom in it. I'm expecting him to come out here today and have a really good game. Go about 6 innings, giving up a run before we get to the back end of the Red Sox bullpen. They're rested still. I like the arms available late in this game for the Red Sox. Remember, they were trying to hold off a lot of arms in yesterday's game because they played that overtime game Thursday versus the White Sox, so they rested a lot of arms yesterday. They're in a really good spot here today. Even if Bennett goes about 5 innings, they could take over from inning 6 and on, and it'll be a huge advantage once again for the Red Sox. Looking at the weather, extremely hitter friendly once again. 85 degrees, small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. It's really not going to affect anything. It's like 2 to 3 miles per hour. Let's get to the pick. The Red Sox are the betting on favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Abreu with the Red Sox for 2 total bases. Alright, next game up, we got the Blue Jays in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got Max Scherzer on the mound for the Blue Jays. We got Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Max Scherzer on the mound for the Blue Jays. This guy really needs to retire. He comes into it with a 7.90 ERA, 170 whip, hard hit rate sitting at 45%. He has terrible splits versus left-handed bats. The walk rate is up, the strikeout numbers are down. He's seeing one of the best home offenses here today. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Scherzer, I do not like this spot for him. For one, he saw this Phillies team in Toronto 2 months ago. In that game, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs. The Phillies bats have been really hitting well in the last 7 days played. We're starting to see Kyle Schwarber's bat come back to life. We were expecting that yesterday, and we saw him come to life. He had a few good hard hit balls. I'm expecting Scherzer to get lit up in this game. Go about 4 innings once again, give up 5 runs once again. Before we get to the Blue Jays bullpen, very mediocre bullpen. I do like the arms available here today for Toronto. I could still see them coming in, giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Aaron Nola. This guy's really not been good either. He has had a few decent spots. He's had a few blow-up spots as well, but in his last 5 starts, has an ERA sitting at 3.90, whip sitting at 127. He's been decent of late here today, seeing a Blue Jays lineup loaded with right-handed bats. Aaron Nola does have very good splits versus righties. I'm expecting him to have a decent game. It's still a bottom 15 offense, and the Blue Jays had one of their best offensive games yesterday. I'm not expecting them to do the same. Not to mention this Phillies bullpen's in a really good spot to come in this game, take over and shut down these Blue Jays bats. Looking at the weather, extremely hitter-friendly weather. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 43 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting on favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the over 9.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Mets in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. We got Robert Stock on the mound for the Mets. We got Bubba Chandler on the mound for the Pirates. Alright, getting into this one here. Well, the Mets, ever since the trade deadline where they traded away a bunch of pieces, they have not lost the game up to this point. Today, they got Robert Stock on the mound. This guy, he had one outing up to this point. He looked decent in that game. When looking at his pitch mix breakdown and his numbers from the minors, he is a overly reliant pitcher on the fastball. Throws the fastball over 50% of the time. Really not a good fastball. It's a very average fastball looking at the velocities. I'm expecting him to struggle in this game. He's still seeing a Pirates lineup that has not hit the ball since the All-Star break. In the last 14 games played, this team is batting 180, slugging 370. They have been absolutely terrible. On the year, they are still a top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. You still got a lot of good left-handed bats in this offense. I can see them getting going here today. I'm expecting Robert Stock to struggle in this game. Go about 4 innings, give up 2 to 3 runs. I do like the position this Mets bullpen is in here today as well. I still see the arms coming in, give it up another 2 runs, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler's been so inconsistent. 4.49 ERA, 140 whip. The big knock on him, of course, the walk rate walks a bunch of batters, not to mention does struggle versus lefties. We'll be seeing a Mets lineup stacked with left-handed bats here today. I'm expecting Bubba Chandler to work the case. This Mets lineup, they strike out a lot versus right-handed pitching. I'm expecting him to come out here today, work the case, and have a very solid outing. Go about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the back end of this Pirates bullpen. They went out and traded for a bunch of arms during the deadline. It has not mattered. This Pirates bullpen continues to be trash, even with the new acquisition arms coming in. They also come into the games and immediately blow it. I'm expecting the arms available for the Pirates to come in this game once again, give up another run or two. Looking at the weather, 85 degrees. We do have about 5 to 6 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. I got this game being extremely close. I think it really should be closer to a pick'em in my opinion. They do have the Pirates as the betting on favorites in this game, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the New York Mets on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Francisco Lindor of the Mets for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Reds in DC taking on the Nationals. We got Chase Burns on the mound for the Reds. We got Andrew Alvarez on the mound for the Nats. Alright, getting into this one here. This season was really, we knew last year when Chase Burns first came up that he was going to be nice, but this year he really solidified himself. 13-1, 2.30 ERA. This guy he's one of the best strikeout pitchers in the majors. Looking at his numbers since the All-Star break, he's made 3 starts. In those 3 starts since the break, has an ERA sitting at 1.13, whip sitting at 0.97. Of course, the strikeout numbers are still amazing. The walk rate is decent. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup. They continue to struggle offensively. They had one of their better offensive games yesterday, but still overall versus right-handed pitching, very mediocre. The type of pitcher they struggle with the most is strikeout pitchers, guys that work the case. This Nationals lineup is a team that strikes out a lot. Here today, seeing Chase Burns, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the majors. I'm expecting him to roll in this one. Go about 6-7 innings, giving up a run, striking out a bunch of batters. I like his over 7.5 Ks here today. Looking at the bullpen for the Reds, they're actually in a good spot to come in and take over from him. So I like this game here today for this Reds pitching staff. I see Burns going 7, giving up a run. I do see the back end of this Reds bullpen coming in, giving up another one, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher, Andrew Alvarez. Hasn't made a start in like the last, I want to say 2.5 weeks, but back on the mound here today. He's a very average pitcher. He does have potential when you see him pitch, but he is someone that relies on a lot of contact for outs. Here today, seeing a Cincinnati Reds lineup stacked with right-handed bats, 7 projected righties in the lineup. Not to mention, we talk about it all the time, when they see left-handed pitching, the slugging numbers go up dramatically. I'm expecting Alvarez to struggle in this one, go about 5 innings, give up 2 to 3 runs before we get to the back end of the Nationals bullpen. Looking at the arms available here today for the Nats, coming out this terrible bullpen, I don't like the arms available. I see them coming in this one, giving up another 2. Looking at the weather, very hitter-friendly weather out in DC. We have a small gust of wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield, over 90 degrees. Let's get to the picks. The Reds are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Sal Stewart of the Reds to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Twins in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Taj Bradley on the mound for the Twins. We got Robert Gasser on the mound for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this game here, you guys already know I got 2 middle fingers up to the Brewers doing this breakdown. Ruin our 8-game winning streak we had. We was cooking in the last, since the month of August began, but getting into this game here today, we got Taj Bradley on the mound for the Twins. Very good starting pitcher. I think he's actually kind of underrated when you look at his numbers. The one knock on Taj, you know what, the 2 knocks on Taj Bradley is this. For one, he does have a bit of a control issue. Another guy that could sometimes be too over-reliant on the fastball. It is his predominant pitch. It's his best pitch, but sometimes, especially when he falls behind in the count, too reliant on the fastball. Not to mention left-handed splits. He struggles this season versus lefties, primarily versus power hitting lefties, but here today, seeing a Brewers lineup, really don't hit for power versus right-handed pitching. Very solid contact hitting team, very patient team that draws a lot of walks, something that I'm expecting to backfire on Taj Bradley with the control issues. Doing the overall breakdown for Bradley here today, he's still seeing a top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. This Brewers lineup, since the All-Star break, to put up runs on Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, got up to a bunch of right-handed pitchers. I'm expecting the same here today for Bradley. I see him going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Twins bullpen, they actually were able to rest a few of their decent arms yesterday. I actually like the arms coming out this Twins bullpen here today. Still a trash bullpen, so they are going to give up a run or so, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Robert Gasser on the mound. This guy's been so hit or miss this season. He does have a few terrible blow-up starts where he just got like annihilated, but then has also had a few decent starts. Here today, seeing a Minnesota Twins lineup, they were expected to get Byron Buxton back here today. When he was in the lineup, this was a team that was top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. I'm not expecting Buxton to come back 100% right away, but I do see him making a difference at the top of the lineup. My overall breakdown for Gasser here today, he goes 4 innings, if not 5, giving up 2 runs before we get to this Brewers bullpen. Had to use up a bunch of arms in yesterday's game, even the arms available here today. This Twins lineup saw them yesterday, so they'll get a second crack at them once again. I do see the arms coming out. This Brewers bullpen coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. Looking at the weather, well, it's going to be out in Milwaukee in the dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the under 8 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Bryce Terang of the Brewers for 2 total bases today. Alright, next up we got the Cubs in Kansas City taking on the Royals. We got Clay Holmes on the mound for the Cubs. We got Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Clay Holmes making his debut for the Cubs here today. There's 2 things I'm paying attention to with Clay Holmes. For one, he has not pitched in the majors since May 15th. He's been down in the minors the last month rehabbing. Remember, he broke his bone when he took a line drive off the leg earlier this season, but looking at the matchup, well, for one thing I don't like about his time in the minors, they were limiting him in pitch count. They did not want him to go past 80 pitches. That's something that I do worry about because I'm only expecting him to be out there for 4 to 5 innings if that's the case. It means he's really not fully healthy to go long distance in games. Here today, seeing a Royals offense, very mediocre offense. They do play much better in their home games. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Clay Holmes, a contact pitcher, guy that relies on a lot of contact for outs. The way you want to beat this Royals lineup is by strikeouts. They strike out a lot. You do not want to be over-reliant, especially when you're in Kauffman Stadium, a hitter-friendly environment. Never want to be super reliant on contact to get outs here. I see the matchup breakdown here today for Clay Holmes being a decent one, but really don't like the bat guys making their first start in like 2 to 3 months. My overall breakdown for Holmes here today, I see him going 4 innings, giving up a run or 2 before we get to this Cubs bullpen. Decent bullpen overall, slightly taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming in this one, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Seth Lugo on the mound. This guy's been very decent for Kansas City this season. He'll have a stretch where he looks really good, then a stretch where he's getting lit up. 4.40 ERA, still got a 140 whip. Hard hit rate still sitting at 42%. Struggles versus left-handed bats. He's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup and the last 30 games played, a top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention guys like PCA, Michael Bush are all crushing right-handed pitching. My overall breakdown for Lugo, he goes 5 innings, if not 6, giving up 2 runs before we get to the determining factor in this game, the Kansas City Royals bullpen. Terrible bullpen overall, but they're taxed here today. I see the arms coming out the pen from the Royals, coming in this game, giving up another 3 to 4 runs. This game is going to be out in Kansas City, extremely hitter-friendly environment. We have a plus 23 home run index for this game. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the over 9.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Pete Armstrong of the Cubs to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Tigers in San Francisco taking on the Giants. We got Jackson Jobe on the mound for the Tigers. We got Landon Rupp on the mound for the Giants. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Jackson Jobe making his season debut for the Tigers. I don't know if you guys remember last season. He was up in the majors towards the end of the season. Last year, looked really good, showed a lot of potential. Throws some filthy pitches, has a 3-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, slider, really good pitches that he throws. Here today, looking at the matchup breakdown for him, he's going to be seeing a Giants offense since the All-Star break, bottom 10 offense overall. Not to mention, Jackson Jobe has really good strikeout numbers. Seeing a Giants lineup that strikes out a lot, I see Jobe having a good game here today. The first game of the season, I'm not expecting him to go past the 4th inning. Here today, I see him going 4 innings, giving up a run before we get to the back end of this Tigers bullpen. I really like the back end of this Tigers bullpen here today. I could see them coming in this game, shutting down this Giants lineup. On the other side, we got Landon Rupp. Very inconsistent season. In his last 4 starts, he has an ERA sitting close to 7. On the year, he has a decent ERA. The big thing I pay attention to with Landon Rupp is the lefty splits. Has terrible left-handed splits. Today he's going to be seeing a Detroit Tigers lineup in the last 30 games played has been a top 10 offense versus righties. Not to mention the last 7 games, they were actually top 5 offense versus right-handed pitching. They've been killing righties of late. I'm expecting them to put up a bunch of runs on Landon Rupp here today. Out in Seattle, they just saw a bunch of good right-handed pitchers and put up runs on all of them. I'm expecting the same here today for Landon Rupp. I see Rupp going about 4 innings, if not 5, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to this Giants bullpen that continues to play terrible here, especially since the All-Star break, they've been absolutely abysmal. Their attacks coming into it, not to mention. So looking at the arms available for the Giants here today, it's all their worst arms. I see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3. This game is going to be out in San Francisco, a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. You do have 12 to 13 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting on favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Spencer Torkelson of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Guardians in Chicago taking on the White Sox. We got Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians. We got Anthony Kay on the mound for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians. This guy's been good this season, does have his occasional blow-up start from time to time, but looking at the matchup breakdown for Williams here today, the 2 things I'm paying attention to with him, he does, well, it's really 3 things. He has a very high hard hit rate. This is a guy prone to home runs. He gives up a lot of home runs. His second thing I'm paying attention to for this matchup is his splits versus lefties. Terrible splits versus left-handed bats. Then the control. His walk rate has been really going up in his last few outings. Here today, seeing a White Sox lineup, high slugging numbers versus right-handed pitching. They crush righties. They have all their most best games off of right-handed pitching that have high hard hit rates, guys that are prone to giving up home runs. That's where this White Sox lineup has their best offensive games. This is a team that's very reliant on hitting home runs. That's why. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Gavin Williams here today, I'm expecting him to struggle. I see him going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to the Guardians bullpen, they're still in a decent spot here today. They were able to continue to rest some key arms yesterday, didn't bring them out in the game. I do like the back end of this Guardians bullpen to come in this game here today, possibly give up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Anthony Kay on the mound. This guy's been very inconsistent since the All-Star break. He's had 2 or 3 decent starts, then he's had a few blow-up starts as well. Here today, seeing a Guardians lineup stacked with left-handed bats, that's something that's going to work in Anthony Kay's favor. He's very good splits versus lefties. Not to mention, this Guardians lineup continues to be very average versus left-handed bats. Stephen Kwan and what's the new guy they got? Joe Adell. Those are the 2 guys that I worry about for Anthony Kay. Other than that, I can see him coming out here today having a really good game. My overall breakdown has him going 6 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to this White Sox bullpen, they're still taxed. They were not able to rest a bunch of arms yesterday. They had to hit the pen early once again. I don't like the White Sox bullpen late in this game. I see them coming in, giving up another 2 to 3. Looking at the weather for this one, it's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. We have about 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blown from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting on favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Chicago White Sox on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Murakami of the White Sox to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Rockies in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got 2 left-handed pitchers in this game. We got Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. We got Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this game here, we have 2 left-handed starting pitchers on the mound that in the last month they've both been punching bags. Both of these starters finished the month of July with ERA sitting close to 6. Here today for Kyle Freeland of the Rockies, he's going to be seeing a St. Louis Cardinals lineup bottom 10 offense versus left-handed pitching. They've been terrible versus lefties of late, not to mention still one of the worst home offenses in the majors. I see Kyle Freeland, a guy that pitches for a lot of contact. He does struggle with the command. Coming out here today having another bad game. My overall breakdown for him has gone about 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Rockies bullpen, they were able to rest a few key arms yesterday. So I could still see them coming in this game, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Matthew Liberatore. This guy also finished the month of July looking absolutely terrible. The main thing I took away, in his last 6 starts, he has a combined hard hit rate sitting at 52%. He's been walking a bunch of batters as well in his last few starts. Looking at the matchup breakdown for him here today, he's going to be seeing a Rockies lineup Bottom 10 offense versus left-handed pitching as well. They've been terrible of late. But when I do the individual player breakdown and matchup, there is a few guys that match up well versus Lipitor. I can see Hunter Goodman taking him yard in this one. My overall breakdown for Lipitor has him going for 6 innings, giving up 3. Before we get to the back end of this Cardinals bullpen, terrible bullpen as well. They're slightly taxed coming into it. I do see them coming out of the pen, coming in this game, giving up another 2. Looking at the weather, a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. It is still going to be 90 degrees, but we got about 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Cardinals are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, it's taking Hunter Goodman of the Rockies for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Dodgers in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Yamamoto on the mount for the Dodgers. We got Fott on the mount for the D-backs. Alright, getting into this game here. First of all, we've been back. Even if you watched yesterday's breakdown, what did we say about this Dodgers bullpen? They've been absolutely terrible. We talked about how bad they've been in the last month. Bottom 10 bullpen. They came in the game yesterday, blew the game. The Diamondbacks ended up winning. The Dodgers now have not won a game in the month of August. They come into it with a 7-game losing streak. In this one here today, they got the race in the mount in Yamamoto. He's been really good this season, but he did get lit up in his last 3. In his last 3 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 5.15, whip sitting at 140. The hard hit rate's gone up to 44%. Here today, he's going to be facing a Diamondbacks lineup. Very mediocre versus right-handed pitching. Middle of the pack team versus righties. They struggle when they see right-handed pitchers with very good strikeout numbers. That is what Yamamoto is, a guy that limits the walks. I'm expecting Yamamoto to have a very good bounce-back start here today. My overall breakdown for him, I'm not expecting the Dodgers to want to take him out early. I see them leaving him out there for a while. I know the Dodgers do not want to get to this bullpen early at all here today. My breakdown for Yamamoto, I see him pitching 7 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to the back end of this Dodgers bullpen, I see them coming in, giving up another 2 runs when they enter. On the other side, we got Brandon Fott on the mount. This guy's been really surprising to me. Last year, this guy was abysmal. In the last 6 starts he's made, he has an ERA sitting at 2.79, whip sitting at 120. He's faced some really good competition in that time. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Dodgers lineup. The bats have continued to put in work. It's really not the bats that's been the problem for the Dodgers offense. Granted, it hasn't been like a top tier offense as well. They've been very average, but still, I wouldn't knock the offense overall. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Brandon Fott, a guy that has a hard hit rate sitting at 44%. This season, lefties are batting 260 off of Fott, slugging 405. Seeing a Dodgers lineup stacked with left-handed bats, I see Fott getting lit up in this one. Going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs before we get to the Diamondbacks bullpen. They're in a really good spot here today. I like the arms available for the Diamondbacks to come in, maybe give up another run, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it's going to be out in Arizona in the dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Max Muncy of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. Alright, final game of the day, we got the Rays in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Griffin Jax on the mount for the Rays. We got George Kirby on the mount for the Mariners. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Griffin Jax on the mount for the Rays. He's been very good this season. Since the All-Star break, he's made 3 starts. In those 3 games he's pitched, he has a 160 ERA, 0.96 whip. He's been really good. One thing I'm paying attention to though, most of those games came at home. He has very good home splits. Struggles on the road. The ERA, the hard hit rate, everything goes up on the road. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Mariners offense. Very average versus right-handed pitch. A very average offense versus right-handed pitching, I should say. In the last 2 weeks since the break, they have started to hit righties a lot better. Griffin Jax is a sinker ball pitcher, a guy that relies on a lot of ground outs to get his outs. Here today, seeing a Mariners lineup, you do not want to be a contact pitching team. You want to be a strikeout pitcher versus this lineup. We saw Rasmussen come out here yesterday, handle this Mariners lineup. Griffin Jax is the opposite story. He's relying on the contact. I do not like the spot for him here today. He's going to be seeing a Seattle Mariners lineup with 7 projected lefties on the lineup. Does struggle with left-handed bats. My overall breakdown for Griffin Jax, he goes about 5 innings, gives up 2 runs before we get to this Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. Tax coming into it, very mediocre overall. I see them coming out the pen, giving up another 2. On the other side, we got George Kirby on the mount. This guy's been decent this year as well, but in his last 3 starts, he's been getting lit up. ERA sitting close to 4, whips in close to 150. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays lineup. very good offense overall. In the last 2 weeks, their numbers versus right-handed pitching has definitely dropped. Offensively on the road this season, they are not as good as they're offensively at home. Here today for George Kirby, a guy that has decent strikeout to walk ratio. I see him having a good game, going about 6-7 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the back end of this Mariners bullpen. Still a good bullpen overall. I like the arms available for them coming out the pen, coming in this game, shutting down these Tampa Bay Rays bats here today. Looking at the weather, extremely hitter-friendly weather. Ballpark Pal got this rated as the lowest offensive game on the schedule here today. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total is set at 7. I do like the over 7 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Cal Raleigh of the Mariners to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Yesterday our ladder did not come through for us, so today we'll be restarting with a $10 bet, and we'll be placing that $10 bet on the Atlanta Braves on the money line. We're getting them at -130. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're going to be playing here today. We're going to start it off with Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, and we wrap up the parlay with Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're going to be playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line. We're then going to play the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Seattle Mariners on the money line. Next up, we have another 3-leg parlay, all money line picks. We're going to start it off with the Chicago Cubs on the money line. We're then going to play the Detroit Tigers on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Chicago White Sox on the money line. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Saturday. I hope you enjoy your day here today. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.